Welcome to Chatting with You.
Welcome to another podcast of Chatting with You. My name is Giselle Urbina.
And my name is Papiya Ramen.
And today we're going to talk about
things that used to annoy you that you're now grateful for.
Isn't that interesting? So when we were kids, you know, parents or teachers or friends.
Or food.
Yeah, they would tell us things, or we would, you know, eat stuff or not eat stuff that, you know, was good or not good for you. But now we're grateful for it, right? So I don't know. This topic, I think, is pretty cool. So if you can go ahead and tell me one of your experiences.
Sure. So growing up, my parents were not my best friends growing up. They were super strict, and I had to be very sneaky. You know, we didn't have the best relationship. And now that I live on the other side of the country, my parents are in New York, I'm in the South in Georgia, I'm just like, I want to call my mom. Like, I miss my mom. Whereas before she used to call me, I'm like, ugh, not again. Okay, I'm going to decline, send to voicemail. And it's just interesting how, like, the older I've gotten, the more I've valued them and their presence in my life. So
isn't that crazy? Like when you were a baby, they were the most important thing for you, right?
Yeah.
Then as you get older, you start being independent and you start to think differently.
Yeah.
So you kind of get away from them a little.
I think that's what it is. Like, this distance makes the heart grow fonder. After moving away is when I really was like, damn, I miss my parents. Like, you know, whereas before when I lived with them, it'd be like, oh, mom, leave me alone. You know, your typical teenage angst. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. And I mean, now that we are close to Thanksgiving, we would like to share some things that we're grateful for. And I think that the first one would be parents, right? Parents are, you know, the best thing that ever happened to a kid, right? Like, they raise you, they are there with you through good and bad, they teach you things. And granted, when you get older, you're not gonna do everything they did, because you have your own experiences and your own, I don't know, like opinions and things, right? Yeah. Because you have gone through different experiences than they have. So of course you form your own your own mentality, your own opinion on things, but still they're always there for you regardless, right? You might.
Yeah. And you don't realize it when you're younger,
right?
That they are there. It seems like they're in the way of you, I don't know, gaining your independence. And then once you gain it, you're like, no, man, they're the ones that helped me get here.
Yeah, that's true. So this Thanksgiving, we're grateful for parents.
Yeah.
Something else we're grateful for, some foods that we did not like when we were younger.
Yes.
She didn't like
olives. I hated them. I thought they were the grossest things. And now I'm like, put it on everything. My pizza, my martini, everything.
Yeah, I agree. I love olives.
Yes.
Those are my favorite. I didn't like avocados. As weird as that is, I did not like them.
I didn't either.
And now I cannot live without them.
Right.
Like, they're so good. They go with everything. I mean, good guacamole. Like, they go on soup. They go like with the rice and beans.
Eat them plain.
I mean, it's just perfect, right?
So I think I used to think that they tasted like nothing. I hated water for the same reason when I was young, because it didn't taste like anything. I was like, give me that flavor. High C, that Sunny D, Capri Sun. And now I'm like, man, I have a headache. I didn't drink enough water today.
Yeah, that's right. Something else that, in my case, parents will tell you that I'll be like, okay, here we go again. It's like, okay, make sure you go to sleep at 9. I'm like, yes. Why? Like, I don't like that. I want to stay up.
Yes.
Like, I want to keep going. But now I'm like, please let it be 9.
Right?
Please. I want to go to sleep.
Yeah.
That's the best thing ever.
I remember in high school, it was like, no, mom, all the cool kids are still on AIM.
Yeah.
You know? And now it's like, no, 9 p.m. I'm out.
Yeah. We're grateful for being able to sleep at night.
Yes. Yes. Oh, speaking of parents, my parents cooking. I miss that so much. So I'm Bangladeshi. So when I lived with my parents, my mom used to make, like, you know, Bengali food, some rice, some curry. And I'm just like, ugh, the same thing. Give me my pizza, my spaghetti, the stuff I eat at lunch. And now I'm calling her up like, so how did you make your chicken? She's like, now you see? I'm like, yeah, now I see.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
So going in that route, things that your parents did or cooked or told you,
Right.
like what else do you think is something that now you think, well, they told me that and he was right? I can think of something like savings.
Oh, that's a good
They were
one.
like, you have to save. You have to make sure that you don't spend 100% of what you get.
Right.
You need to save minimum, like, I don't know, 30, 40%. I mean, that was really a lot, right? But when you're younger and you get money, of course, you don't have anything, like you don't pay rent, you don't pay cars, you don't do anything, right? So it's feasible to save almost half of it. But still, that's something that really stuck with me. Like, okay, when I went to the mall to buy something with my money that they gave me at Christmas or anything, right? I would be like, okay, I can only spend only half and save the rest.
Right.
And that's a good habit that I have now, you know, not to save half of it, but at least some of it. I know I cannot just buy anything like that. So that's something that I learned from them as well, that it bothered me. I'm like, I really want to spend the whole thing, but I'm going to listen.
That is a good one.
Yeah. I wasn't a good listener. I know.
You weren't?
I was.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like my grandma will say something. I'm like, yes, ma'am. Like,
noted.
Every time. It annoyed me, but I still did it.
Right.
So my brothers, no, not so much, but I was.
Yeah. I think for me, I guess one thing my mom helped me learn is how to gauge friends. So I was very, I don't want to say naive, but I was very trusting of other people when I was younger. So I'd be like, yeah, she's my friend and he's my friend. And my mom would always be like, I don't know if they have your best interest at heart, you know? And I'd be like, Mom, don't talk about my friends like that. And now that I'm older, I'm like, you know, the people that she called out years ago are no longer in my life. So she's got a point there. So I guess she taught me that just be careful with who you trust. Not that you shouldn't trust other people, just, you know, be wary, take caution.
Right.
So,
don't be naive, right?
Don't be naive. Yeah.
That's right. What else?
This is not really something that they taught me, but I'm just thinking about my parents now. And I remembered this one time that my dad, he's not a good cook at all. Man can't even boil water. So I'm not kidding. Like, he'll boil water and come back to it 20 minutes later and be like, oh, the water's gone. Well, yeah, Dad, it all evaporated. But one time he was reheating some food and he didn't know that you're not supposed to put foil in the microwave.
Oh my God.
So he puts the food in the microwave, goes upstairs, la-di-da, goes on the computer or whatever, comes down, the house is smoking, the smoke detectors are going off. The fire department came to our house. And my dad, he's a great man, but he's not the first one to take the blame. So automatically he's like to my mom, what'd you do? What'd you burn? Were you cooking? Blah, blah, blah. And then the fire marshal or like the firefighter comes out of the house holding like the burnt foil and was like, who put this in the microwave? And he just looks down like, oh yeah, that was me. And I'm like,
God.
So it's just like, I weirdly miss those little things that used to happen.
Yeah.
And now that I think back, like my house was a little comedy set, man. Stuff like that happened all the time. And it's like, now that I'm living by myself, it's like, oh, I'm so bored. I need my dad's goofiness.
That's funny.
Yeah.
But you can always have it back, right?
Oh,
like,
yeah. Every time I go
there
back,
for you.
it's the same thing.
It's just not every day. I saw this picture on Facebook that had like a grandma with all the grandchildren when they were little.
Yeah.
And it said, when we were little, we had it all and we didn't know it.
Yeah.
And it's so true. Like, I remember growing up with my grandma and my cousins and all the fun we had and all the things she taught us, and everybody was alive, right? Because when you are little, nobody has really died,
right,
that you can think of. So it's insane how, you know, you really had everything, which was all your friends and family members to share with, your, you know, share your experiences. And now as you get older, life happens, right? And you start losing people, whether it's physically because they're gone, or whether it's like you had a fight and now you stop talking. I mean, it's just, as you grow older, things get harder. So I'm thankful that I had that opportunity to be with them but I kind of miss him now. So it's just part of life, right?
Right.
So
it is. That makes me actually kind of sad now to think about it, because I have 2 younger sisters. And I remember when I was growing up, like both of them were younger than me, but all 3 of us were in the house at the same time because we, you know, we're in school at the same time.
Yeah.
And now it's only my youngest sister in the house because I moved away. My other sister's off to college, and now there's just one left in high school, and she's growing up like essentially as an only child because she's in the house by herself. I'm just like, wow, you know, you're not going to have those same memories that I did with everybody in the house and stuff. So
exactly. Yeah. That's why we have to cherish like every single day.
Right.
Because it's never coming back. First of all, time just goes like days go by slow, but years go by really fast, right? Yeah. So like you're at the house, let's say when I was a stay-at-home mom, oh my God, it was exhausting because I didn't sleep. I mean, it was always doing something.
Right.
So the days were like really, really long, but they're grown so fast. So I'm like, oh my God, she's 8. What?
Right.
She was a baby like just a few days ago. No, I guess years ago. Like it's crazy. But you have to always think about that, you know. Yes, the day might be hard, it might be long, but at the end of the day you have to enjoy it because tomorrow it'll be another day
older.
Completely different and things change, right?
Right. Is there anything that your daughters have taught you? I know they're younger, but sometimes you learn things from kids, you know? Oh
yeah. She definitely keeps Michael and I like in check with not working too much.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. She judges us if we work too much. Like, she's like, Mom, Dad, family is more important. Mom, Dad, we are your priority. Mom, like, she's always doing that. And we're always like, yes, we are trying to do it. And we're doing our very best. Sometimes, unfortunately, things happen and we have to stay longer, but we're doing our very best. So I have to constantly... you know, coach her, and you know, I need therapy sometimes for that because I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing wrong? Like you start double guessing, double like thinking, what am I doing wrong? You know, like how can I fix it? But at the end of the day, you know, you're not gonna be a perfect mom, and I think that's the best gift I could give her, which is you are human, right? You are not perfect. So it's okay to make mistakes. So when I make mistakes, I tell her and I say, and this is how I solved it. Right. So that's how I do it.
She sounds like a great time. Mom, Dad, I need you to spend time with me now.
Oh yeah, always.
I love
that. That's her. What can I say? I love her. Yeah. So what else? So talking about more or less sad things.
Yeah. Make this more upbeat.
Yeah. I'm grateful for technology. So grateful for it. So yes, it has its negative points, right?
It does.
But we're going to focus on the positive.
Yeah.
How much easier it's just to put an address on a GPS and just go.
Yeah.
I remember when my dad had to, like we went to Disney for the first time in 99 and he had a map.
Yeah, physical fold-out map.
Yes, and he was with this rented car trying to find out how to get to Disney, how to get to the hotel, how to get to this park. I'm like,
that's crazy.
I could not figure that out.
I know. And then,
like, that's crazy.
Do you remember MapQuest?
Yes.
I remember when...
What do you mean you remember? I mean...
You still use it?
I mean...
I remember printing out the directions, like turn left at like Haver Valley Field or whatever. Yeah. And then you'd get lost. It's like, where did I miss a turn? Retrace your steps.
Yeah. And in Puerto Rico, it's even crazier because before, the way you gave the addresses to people, like let's say you're ordering pizza. Yeah. And there was no MapQuest, there was no GPS, there was nothing. It was like, okay, you're gonna go to this neighborhood and you see that house that has that basketball in the front. It's not that one. You keep going, you take a left there, and then you keep going and you're gonna see the blue house. Well, you take a right in the blue house, and like that. It was always with some
landmarks or something.
Yes. I'm like, how did people get by? Like, I have no idea. I'm so grateful that we have
that is chance, very true.
That opportunity.
Yeah. And now we know if there's too much traffic and we have to take a different route. And
right. I mean, Waze is amazing. That's what I use all the time now.
You know, where there are speed traps.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's a good one. I'm grateful for my dog.
Oh.
Yeah, he just turned 3, and he's just the sweetest little guy. He's very handsome. I like to say that he could be in a James Bond movie. Like, just throw a bow tie on him. He looks very dapper, I promise. He's a Dachshund Pug mix for anyone that's interested. His name is Cooper, 3 years old. Very adorable.
Oh, so cute.
Yeah.
I love it. And I think that besides the, family, and if we want to talk a little bit about Urbina Law Firm.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for our employees.
Thanks, man. That means a lot.
Yes. I'm grateful because you don't often find a group of people that are willing to adapt, to grow, to learn, to go and do whatever it takes to help our clients, and that's something that I'm so grateful for, because you don't find that, often.
Right.
Because I worked in different places and not everybody's invested in doing things right. And I feel like the employees that we currently have are very invested, and I'm very grateful for that, as well as our clients.
Yeah.
Right. Without our clients, we wouldn't be anywhere.
Yeah.
So the trust that they put in us and all the things they, help us improve, and they have helped us grow. So I'm definitely so thankful for them.
Yeah. I'm very thankful for Rubina Law Firm too. I'm new here, so I just started, I guess it's been a month now.
It's been a month, yeah.
Wow, time flies.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to admit, on my first day, I was kind of nervous because I was like, they've all been together for so long. What's the work environment going to be like? But everybody's just so welcoming here and genuine. I think that's so hard to find these days, genuine people. But I think everybody here is very genuine, and there's no toxicity in the work environment. So that's rare.
Good. It's good because you are working here for a long time, right? Like for 8 hours a day. So you're here sometimes more than at home. I always say this, but it's so true.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to, get along, because if you don't, it's going to be an extra long day, and that's not cool.
Yeah.
So
very true.
Anyway, if you guys have any ideas or anything that, you can think of things that you're grateful for now that you weren't in the past, you can comment, share those with us. We'll love to read them. So we're going to conclude this podcast today. Again, thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Have a good day.